Mediterranean storm Daniel caused devastating floods in Libya that broke dams and swept away entire neighborhoods in multiple coastal towns in the east of the North African nation. As many as 2,000 people were feared dead and thousands others are missing as the destruction appeared greatest in the city of Derna. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Former Speaker of the House of Representatives and CPN-UML Vice Chair Subhash Chandra Namwang passes away at the age of 71. Government decides to provide state honors to Namwang. Several challenges exist for Nepal to achieve sustainable development goals. Nepal's progress 23% on average in comparison to the rest of the world. Flooding in Libya leaves at least 2,000 people dead and thousands more missing after a massive flood ripped through the city of Derna following heavy storm and rain. And India thumped Pakistan by a huge margin of 228 runs in the Asia Cup Super 4 match. India to face Sri Lanka today in another Super 4 match. Former Speaker of the House of Representatives and CPN-UML Vice Chair Subhash Chandra Namwang passed away last night at the age of 71. Doctors at the Tribhuvan University Teaching Hospital in Maharajganj informed that Namwang had already passed away due to heart attack when he was brought to the hospital early this morning. After Namwang was unconscious at his residence in the capital's Balwatar, he was rushed to the hospital. However, doctors pronounced him dead on arrival. According to a family source, he fell unconscious at around 1 a.m. and had reached the hospital by 2 a.m. The body of Namwang is being taken to the party office in Chiasol, Lalitpur from the Tribhuvan University Teaching Hospital in Maharajganj. After hearing the death of Namwang, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli, among other political leaders, reached the TU Teaching Hospital. Namwang was the Speaker of both the First and Second Constituent Assemblies between 2008 and 2015. He was elected as a member of the House of Representatives from Ilam Constituency 2. He emerged victorious from Ilam 2 in all elections held after the restoration of democracy in 1990. CPN-UML leader Sher Bahadur Tamang informed that Namwang's body will be taken to the party office in Chiasol, Lalitpur. Preparations are being made to hold a tribute from 12 noon today. Namwang's body will be kept at the party office today and tomorrow for his last tribute. The party has informed that his last rites will be held tomorrow, most probably after his two sons arrive from abroad. His elder son has been living in England along with his family, while his younger son, who is a lawyer by profession, had gone to Australia for a few days. Namwang's wife and two daughters are in Nepal. Meanwhile, the government has decided to provide state honors to Namwang and a public holiday on the day of his cremation. CPN-UML has called an emergency secretariat meeting for today. President Ramchandra Podel, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal and other leaders of political parties have expressed shock over the sudden demise of former Speaker of the House of Representatives and CPN-UML Vice Chair Subhash Chandra Namwang. President Podel stated that he was deeply shocked by the sudden death of leader Namwang. Through social media, the president paid tribute to Namwang and expressed heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. Likewise, Prime Minister Dahal also said that he was saddened by the death of Namwang. Premier Dahal expressed through social media that he was shocked by the sudden demise of leader Namwang. Dahal paid his tribute to Namwang and expressed condolences to the bereaved family. Likewise, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba also expressed condolences to the bereaved family through social media, saying that he was shocked by the demise of CPN-UML Vice Chair Namwang. CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli also remembered Namwang as not only the Vice Chair of the party, but also a close friend. Through social media, Oli informed that Namwang will be remembered as a leader who provided contribution to the formation of the democratic constitution. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal is to present Nepal's accomplishments and challenges faced regarding the Sustainable Development Goals during his visit to the United States of America. Nepal has made only average progress on alleviating poverty and famine from the world before 2030. Several challenges exist for Nepal to achieve the targets. The biggest challenge is regarding finding resources to create employment opportunities. Sustainable Development Goals include eradication of poverty and famine from the world, ensuring healthy life, gender equality and quality education, among other important aspects. However, not just Nepal, the progress made by the entire world regarding Sustainable Development Goals is not satisfactory. Despite having the targets of the Sustainable Development Goals since 2015, only 12% of the objectives have been achieved so far. According to the United Nations, population of those under extreme poverty has increased in relative comparison to 4 years ago. Famine has reached the state of the year 2005. Gender equality has been pushed by 300 years. Complications surfaced in achieving the targets because of the coronavirus pandemic. In comparison to the rest of the world, Nepal's progress is 23% on average. Including more than 20 million population under the Social Security program, ensuring employment opportunities for 1 million, and improving the food mechanism disrupted by the impact of climate change have become major challenges for Nepal. Annual investment exceeding 2 trillion rupees is required to solve these issues. Meanwhile, Nepal has done better in the social sector. Notable achievement has been made in terms of maternal mortality rate, school admission rate, and participation of women in politics. At a time when challenges are being faced in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, Prime Minister Dahal's approach in generating resources while attending the 78th General Assembly of the United Nations is being observed with keen interest. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What do you term the protest of the officials of the Customs Office of the Trivandrum International Airport? Your options are A, fear of action, B, irresponsible step, and C, consequence of absence of good governance. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what should be done to create employment opportunities in the country. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
राम्रोसँग सरकारले ट्रेनरको जब दिनु पर्यो त्यो बाहिर जान सक्दैन
सिपमूलकहरु तालिम लिएर अलि दिए सिकाएपछि अलि राम्रै हुन्छन्
एकदमै लगानी लगाएर बच्चाहरु पढ्छन् पढिसकेपछि रोजगार पाउने थोरै पैसा अनि अब विदेश पलायन हुनको सबभन्दा ठूलो कारण चाहिँ यही हो
क्षमता अनुसार चाहिँ उसलाई काम पाउनु पर्यो
विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा तालिम दिने गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ युवाहरु स्वदेशमै बस्छन् ठाउँमा अब कुनै पनि फ्याक्ट्रीहरु खोल्न पर्यो भइराको बन्द भएको फ्याक्ट्रीहरुलाई चाहिँ सुचारु गरेर जागिरको सुनिश्चितता गरिदिनु पर्यो
राज्यले जसले कुनै उद्यम व्यवसाय गर्छु भन्छ तिनीहरुका लागि सहुलियत दरमा ऋण कर्जाहरु उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्छ
उद्योग कलकारखानाहरु खोल्ने र त्यहाँनेर चाहिँ हाम्रो नेपाली दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरु चाहिँ कामदार स्वरूप राख्न सकियो भने उनीहरुको आय अर्जन पनि यही हो
It's time now for the international updates. Authorities in eastern Libya said at least 2,000 people were killed and thousands more were missing after a massive flood ripped through the city of Derna following a heavy storm and rain. Ahmed Mismari, the spokesperson for the Libyan National Army that controls eastern Libya, said in a televised news conference that the disaster came after dams above Derna had collapsed, sweeping whole neighborhoods with their residents into the sea. Mismari put the number of missing at 5,000 to 6,000. Earlier yesterday, the head of the Red Crescent aid group in the region had said Derna's death toll was at 150 and expected to hit 250. Libya is politically divided between east and west, and public services have crumbled since a 2011 NATO-backed uprising that prompted years of conflict. The internationally recognized government in Tripoli does not control eastern areas. In Tripoli, the three-person presidential council, which functions as head of state in the divided country, asked the international community to help. Libya's eastern-based parliament declared 3 days of mourning. Abdul Hamid al-Beidba, Prime Minister of the interim government in Tripoli, also declared 3 days of mourning in all the affected cities, calling them disaster areas. Witnesses said search and rescue operations were ongoing. Authorities declared a state of extreme emergency, closing schools and stores and imposing a curfew. In Tripoli, the interim government directed all state agencies to immediately deal with the damage and floods in eastern cities, but the administration has no sway in the east. Japanese media reported today that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has reached Russia for what the Kremlin said would be a comprehensive discussion with President Vladimir Putin amid warnings from Washington they should not agree on an arms deal. North Korea's state media today reported that Kim left Pyongyang for Russia on Sunday on his private train, accompanied by top arms industry and military officials and the foreign minister. Japan's Kyodo news agency reported today, citing an unarmed Russian official source, that a train carrying Kim had arrived at Kasan Station, the main railway gate to Russia's far east from North Korea. An official at the Kasan administration declined to comment on the report of Kim's arrival. President Putin was expected to arrive in Vladivostok today, where he was scheduled to attend the main session of the Eastern Economic Forum, which runs through tomorrow. His meetings with Kim were expected to be on the sidelines of the forum, although there has been no confirmation of the location or where Kim would attend the event. U.S. officials, who first said the visit was imminent, said that arms talks between Russia and North Korea were actively advancing and that Kim and Putin are likely to discuss providing Russia with weapons for the war in Ukraine. Pyongyang and Moscow have denied that North Korea would supply arms to Russia, which has expended vast shocks of weapons in more than 18 months of war. North Korea's KCNA state news agency said Kim was accompanied by leading officials of the ruling Workers' Party, government, and armed forces. Washington and its allies have been voicing concern at recent signs of closer military cooperation between Russia and nuclear-armed North Korea. It will be Kim's second summit with Putin after they met in 2019. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.